This poor puppy watched her whole litter get adopted, but she was the only one left behind. She was so sad that nobody wanted her. No one came to visit her or even ask for her. Maybe it had something to do with her unique coloring. She spent so much time in her doghouse that she actually made a hole in the roof from where she would watch everyone walk by. She would bark and jump up against the bars of her cage, but no one would even acknowledge her presence. She didn't understand why they were all being adopted and she wasn't. She started to feel hopeless. Was she doomed to live out her life alone? Would she ever have a family to call her own? After countless failed attempts at getting someone's attention, she would lay down in her doghouse and cry herself to sleep every night. She was so lonely and bored that she would chew on the bars of her cage just to keep herself busy. But as the weeks went by, the chewing became more aggressive and she started to hurt herself. The shelter workers had to put an end to that. They took away her favorite pastime, and now she had nothing else to do. One day, a young girl came to the shelter with her parents. They had recently lost their dog and were looking for a new puppy to adopt. As they walked past her cage, she quickly sat up and started barking. "Look, Dad, a little puppy," the girl said. "Can we please stop and pet her?" The girl's dad didn't want to get his hopes up. He knew how sad it could be to adopt a dog only to find out it didn't work out. But he also didn't want to disappoint his daughter, so he agreed. As they approached her cage, she immediately stopped barking and looked down at her paws. She was afraid they would walk past her again like everyone else. When her tail started wagging, the girl's face lit up. "Oh, hi there, little puppy," she said. The puppy immediately responded by licking her hand. While the girl was petting her, her dad talked to the shelter worker. "How old is she?" he asked. "She's about 3 months old and full of energy," the shelter worker replied. "What's her name?" "No one's ever called her, so we just named her Hope," the shelter worker answered. The girl immediately turned to her dad with pleading eyes. "Oh, please, please can we adopt her? Dad, please, please, please." Her dad couldn't say no to that face. "All right, let's take her home," he said. The girl couldn't believe her ears. She was so happy that she started jumping up and down. She thanked the shelter worker and pet Hope one last time before leaving. "Thank you for giving me a chance," she whispered to her. When they got home, she introduced Hope to her mom, and the two immediately bonded. She loved playing with her new toy and getting belly rubs from her mom. That night, she slept in her new bed for the first time and had the best sleep of her life. The next morning, she woke up early and went to the window to wait for her dad to leave for work. As soon as the door closed, she started chewing on the baseboard. She knew he wouldn't want her to do that, so she stopped immediately when she heard him pull back into the driveway. She greeted him at the door, tail wagging, and he scratched her behind the ears. "Good girl," he said. "You're a good girl." She couldn't believe how lucky she was. She had finally found her forever home, and she knew that she would never be lonely again.